Or vibrate at least. We good? Let's clap it up. Yabashim Shabrak Thumb, Yashim Matan Bashim Yashai, I.S.U.P.K, Washington, D.C. Right? On the command and journey Yahanna. We're going to rock it out tonight in D.C. If anybody has any questions, raise your hand. If you online, there's a number to call. Bukwash, please make sure that number is flash periodically on the screen so that people are aware there's a number that they could call directly and get it in. We're going to jump right into it, all right? Any questions at all? If not, we could wrap. All right, go ahead.
Get it right fast, sir. I just wanted a quick. I had a couple questions, but just to summarize it, I wanted a quick. You understand the charity again in the Bible? And then I got a question in Second Timothy chapter 2.
Okay. Say it one more time.
Sir.
Well,
I need
charity. Say it again. You want to break down charity?
Yeah, quick definition on charity in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
It's referring to specifically, or the spirit behind charity as well. And then I got a question in 2 Timothy chapter 2.
Okay. Give me first the precept. You want to break down on charity and then the question. Okay. Give me first the precept for charity. All right. See if you could get this software should go in. All right. Whatever it is has to download. If it could download without interrupting the class, let's try to get it within the next 20 minutes. All right. Right. Somebody find me that precept. If you're online, just let me know if you're hearing us. Tawab. There's no way for me to know. Just let me know if you're hearing us, Tawab, if the audio is coming through strong. All right. Just type a 1 in if you're able to hear. All right, solid. You need some help finding it?
So it's a few verses that got charity, but you look the spot on.
Is there one in particular or
No, there isn't one in particular. Just I guess like the actual.
Okay, let's pick one.
I'm thinking.
Go ahead.
Concept. When I hear charity, I'm thinking of how there's how people give charity today in the essence of there's some charity organization, rather be money, food, clothes, whatever the case may be. That's what I'm thinking of. But for whatever reason, I feel like I can recall some years back that we gave it wasn't a different definition of charity, but just the definition of charity in the Bible.
You have the precept?
Nah, sir, but I had a different
Yeah, the precept I need it for charity?
Nah.
All right, if somebody can find me the precept, whichever precept that it is. Barack, do you have the precept? Could you pick one of those that you have?
Yeah, that'll work.
That'll work.
We got 1 Corinthians 16 and 14. Let all your things be done with charity.
Mm-hmm. That's it? All right, let's take that one. 1 Corinthians 16 and 14. I read it again.
Let all your things be done with charity.
Let all your things be done with charity, right? So now give me the regular dictionary definition of charity. Right? Give me the regular dictionary definition of charity. Let's start with that.
Definition of charity is generosity and helpfulness, especially toward the needy or suffering.
Right. Generosity. Read it one more time.
Generosity. generosity and helpfulness, especially toward the needy or suffering.
Right, generosity or helpfulness, especially towards the needy or suffering. That's what most people do. Me a favor, push this tripod a little bit further up. All right, I believe it's back some. So well, still good.
Sir.
All right.
And
No, sir.
You need to log in order to download the software.
All right, let's run it through the speaker for tonight then. Hopefully, if the sound gets bad, people online just say, it's the sound is distorted. Because to move it, you're gonna disconnect the camera and the webcam, correct?
To move it?
If you had to move the computer for all of that extra stuff. Yeah, you will. Practically, right? Yeah, so just hook it back up to the speaker like how you had it. And if the sound gets distorted online, just the people online just say the sound is distorted, all right? Okay, so the dictionary definition is, read it one more time, Salaki, bro.
A generosity and helpfulness, especially toward the needy or suffering.
Mm-hmm. All right, just too much. You need some assistance with it or something?
Sir, I unplugged it. As you get the plug, put it back in.
Okay, where is it?
It's right there.
Okay, no, sir, you got it. All right, generosity, especially towards the needy. That's what most people think charity is. Most people think charity is, pulling up and giving $5 or $10. Go ahead, Shapat.
Charity is brotherhood.
Well, I was trying to work towards that. Is there, all right. That's it. That's a breakdown. I don't know. I understand the point of the thing. There's other people who need to learn the thing. You get the point? There's other people who need to learn the thing. If I just say it, then it's whatever. You understand? All right. No problem. Sometimes just get in these whole spirits of the thing. All right. In short, as Shapat was saying, is absolutely right. Charity is brotherhood. It's not the other thing. Now, that would not make sense to you because in everybody's mind, giving stuff to people is brotherhood. So that doesn't make sense just saying it like that. You get the point? All right, no problem. People in the world think charity is given to what's called them people? Red Cross and Purple Heart and whoever else, and doing giving somebody at the traffic light $5, $10, $20. People think that's charity. That's not biblical charity. You get the point? That's not biblical charity. Biblical charity is absolutely something else. Give me the Bible dictionary and let me get it in there.
Of the word charity, sir?
Yep.
Okay. I have the Strong's definition, sir.
Give me the Bible dictionary. I'll take that too. I don't think that's it though.
Sir. In the Strong's dictionary, G26 from G25, it's love, that is affection or benevolence, specifically plural, a love, a feast, charity, or dear love.
Okay, you need the precept in the New Testament with love is this and love is that and love is charity. Right? That's not giving it. All right. Who has the Bible dictionary? Anybody has a Bible dictionary? You have it?
Yeah, I'm looking for it now, sir.
No sweat. You found it yet?
Should I be ready, charity? Charity in the John Van Bible Dictionary. Charity in the Bible never means giving in this.
Read one more time from the top, nice and loud, all right?
charity.
You could read a little bit louder.
Charity in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
Charity in the Bible never means giving to the poor.
Mm-hmm. Read it again.
Charity in the Bible never means giving to the poor.
Read it one more time.
Charity in the Bible never means giving to the poor.
Right. Charity in the Bible, from a biblical sense, never means giving to the poor. That's not what it means in the Bible. Now, in your everyday life, in your church, it might mean that. But in the Bible, charity does not mean giving to the poor. Go ahead.
But always a God-inspired love,
Mm-hmm.
which includes...
But always what?
Always a God-inspired love.
A what kind of love?
God-inspired love.
A what kind of love?
God-inspired love.
A God-inspired love. Go ahead.
Which includes respect for and concern for the welfare of the loved one.
Right. Which includes love for and respect for the welfare of the loved one. That's what you want to focus on for charity in the Bible. Right. A God-inspired love, which includes love, respect, and care for the loved one. Now, what is love in the Bible? Give me that first. Give me what is love.
Book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 6. Second John.
No sweat. Go ahead, Barack. You have it? Mm-hmm.
I got 1 John chapter 5, verse 2.
Go ahead.
By this we know that we love the children of God.
Hold on 1 second. You might need the mic. And you have 2 mics?
Okay, yeah, this one.
Go ahead.
We got the book of 1 John chapter 5, verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep his commandments. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous.
I'll take that. Love of God is to keep his commandments. I'll take that. Go ahead, Shapat.
The book of 2 John chapter 1, verse 6. And this is love.
Right. This one I just prefer. Neither one is wrong. You could pull whichever one you prefer. I prefer this one because it says it's like a statement. This is love. If you ask someone, what is love? Love is this. Love is a feeling. Well, let's see what the Bible says. And this is love. It's like a statement. Now everybody's listening to what love is. Because it says, read it again.
And this is love.
And it says it. And this is love. So we're about to read what love is. Go ahead.
That we walk after his commandments.
Say it again.
That we walk after his commandments.
That we do what?
Walk after his commandments.
And this is good because why? People like to talk about the laws of the Lord, but don't do it. So he said you have to walk after the commandments of God. You have to live it. You ask somebody, what does it mean to walk after something? What does it mean to walk after something? Somebody struggling with it, you ask them what? When black people say, don't just talk the talk, you got to walk the talk. You got to walk it. You got to walk the walk. Don't just talk the talk, walk the walk. That we what?
That we walk after his commandments.
Go ahead. That's it. That's it.
Sir.
Go ahead.
This is the commandment that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it.
Right. This is the commandment as you have heard from the beginning. You should walk in it. And what was the beginning? Genesis. Since the beginning of the Bible, the Lord gave us laws to follow. So that's what love is. Now read Bible Dictionary charity one more time. So who has the Bible Dictionary?
Okay. Charity in the Bible never means giving to the poor.
Go ahead.
But always a God-inspired love, which includes respect.
Right. A God-inspired love or a God-inspired what? Just read it. God-inspired what, Barack?
So like he gotta read it one more time.
All right, we just read what love is. Read charity one more time up.
Charity in the Bible never means giving to the poor, but always a God-inspired love.
Always a God-inspired love or a God-inspired what?
It's like a walk.
You're not giving it to me.
Commandment.
You gotta pull all that together. Keeping the commandments. It's a God-inspired keeping the commandments. Why? Because Christians think they're keeping the laws of God. That shit is not God-inspired. That shit is pastor-inspired, which is why when they're mad with the pastor, they switch churches, right? Charity is about keeping God's laws inspired by the Lord. It's the Holy Spirit. All God's laws are what? Pertaining to who? Your brother. Get the point? It's pertaining to each other. The laws that the Lord give us is not directed towards him mostly. Majority of it is to each other. Majority of it is to that. Charity is that brotherhood. Now read it again.
Okay. Charity is it's like charity in the Bible never means giving to the poor, but always a God-inspired love. Which includes respect for.
Which includes respect for, go ahead.
And concern for.
And concern for.
The welfare of the loved one.
The welfare of the loved one. Who is the loved one?
Brother.
Israel. That's the loved one. The loved one is Israel. Charity is care for, respect for, and concern for the welfare of the loved one. The loved one is Israel. That's who the loved one of the Lord is. That's why it's a God-inspired love. Who the hell does God love? Israel. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Charity is a love for Israel. It's brotherhood. And then you go into all the brotherhood precepts. Go ahead.
It's like a good example of that love being for Israel. The fact that we can't sell each other a animal that died of itself.
Could you pull the precept? Could you pull the precept? Please pull the precept.
Deuteronomy 14 to 21.
Before that, somebody give me Deuteronomy 22 and 4. Start at 1. Deuteronomy 22 and 1. Quickly, please.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 1. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother.
All right. What is that saying? You could break it down. Go ahead.
It's like it's saying that
no, it's the I think it's hitting back on the thing right there. Go ahead.
It's saying that if you see your brother's or your neighbor's ox just walking around wandering and you know it should be in his field, you shouldn't just leave it alone. You should try and rally up that ox and bring it back to him safely.
Okay.
And return it unto him.
Okay. All right. I'll take that. Anybody else? No, that's basically the breakdown for that. Now today, what would be the ox? What would be the ox or the ass? Go ahead.
It's like if you like find somebody's wallet or something like that.
Wallet. The ox is it's a money making thing for somebody. It's a valuable property. Your ox or your ass is you're using it to make money, using it to drive, you're using it to do different things. Let's equate that to today, right? Equate that to today, where your brothers, your sisters, they might be in a situation where what they would use to make money, they don't have it anymore. It's done going away. You have to try to restore them, right? Just remember, in the Bible, there's the letter of the law, and then there's the spirit of the law. What's the spirit behind this? What's the spirit behind everything? The spirit is to take care of Israel. The spirit is to be courteous and kind to Israel. Give me verse 4 in that same chapter.
Come. Verse 4.
And then somebody else hold Leviticus 25 and 35.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 4. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt surely help them to lift them up again.
Right? You should surely help him to lift them up again. You're going to have to come to your people's aid, your brother's aid, right? In a time where there's a jam up. All right? Go ahead. Say again? Okay, that's the opposite of charity. That's the opposite of brotherhood, right? This place teaches you to not have any empathy or sympathy for anyone, especially people of your own people. You could have sympathy for the Ukrainians. You could have sympathy for the Palestinians. You could have sympathy for the Israelis. You're allowed to have sympathy for the Africans, but you're not allowed to have sympathy for your own people, even though all those other people despise yours, right? We don't have sympathy for our own. We don't have that charity for our own, which is the whole spirit behind the thing. That's what you had to get with the charity breakdown. The spirit behind it is having that care for your own people. You get the point? Go ahead.
It's like that would be like today, like giving somebody a jump. And the car messed up. You see your brother on the side, give him a jump.
Okay, even that. Okay, everything you have in the world today that is an act of kindness, it does not come from a God-inspired love. Right. It comes from be a good person, be a good, decent American. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Right. It comes from that. This what I'm talking about here is a little bit different. Go ahead. The mission to Acuna is charity. Right. The all the food drives we've done, St. Louis, 13,000 tons, I think, or 13 tons of food. The one we just did in New York, the clothing drive, that's actual charity. You get it? That's biblical charity. You understand? That is biblical charity because you're taking care of your people. You're taking care of, it's a God-inspired love to take care of the loved one. Who is the loved one of Israel? Who is the loved one of the Bible? Israel. You get the point? So now it's not to say you can't give somebody a jump. It's not to say you can't give a brother or sister at the traffic lights a few dollars. Continue doing it. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But just in general, for people in the world, the reason people in the world do it is because there's one main reason. I already told you why they do it, because it's it's considered being good, but there's one main reason people in the world do stuff like that.
To be seen.
You're close to it. You're very close to it. Go ahead.
Like feel like they better.
To make themselves feel better about themselves. Mm-hmm. That's really what it's about. That's really, really what it's about. It's not a God-inspired love that actually cares for the loved one. You understand? That's different. charity in the Bible is very, very specific. It's what the other nations have for their people. That's the best way to really understand. Go ahead.
And that's so true, because when I was in the world, it was things that I did for people that I really didn't feel like doing, but I'll do it. It'll make me look, and it's real selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Very selfish.
Yeah, it's not something you doing because this is going to help your people. This is going to help your nation. It's not a God-inspired love. You get the point? Go ahead.
It's like, if I could, it's a little bit off topic. La Milicia de Yahanna says, Shalom. I've been trying to call various phone numbers to contact I.S.U.P.K to come to class in Dallas, Texas. No one has answered except for one time and told me to call back, but still no answer. Can someone help?
No sweat. Does she have the number to Dallas?
So they said they had the number, but they
okay. I have whoever is a brother or sister, whoever it is, you should type the number in for Dallas. Maybe you have the wrong number, or because you could type the Dallas number in. The closest school to Dallas is Houston. Give her the Houston number as well. One of those will definitely work. They'll definitely work either way. And the person is in Dallas. No problem. All right. Put the Dallas number up. If not, you contact the Houston school. I believe that's the closest school to Dallas. Somebody gonna definitely reach back out to you. All right. And it's good that you say it. And anybody else having issues getting onto the schools, just say it. Just say it in the class here. You get put in the right pointed in the right direction. All right. Let me get Leviticus 25 and 35.
Call the book of Leviticus, chapter 25, verse 35. Take thou no usury of him or increase, but fear thy God.
So okay.
So you said Leviticus 25 and 35?
25 and 35.
So
that's what whoever have it is read it, all right?
Book of Leviticus 25 and 35. And if thy brother be waxing poor.
And if who?
And if thy brother.
And if who?
And if thy brother.
You understand? Israel is a society, is a closed society. It's not. Once again, it's not America where it's everybody and it's just a whole big melting pot and you just confuse where your allegiance is. That's not this. This is for this nation. All the laws is for this nation. You get the point? All the laws, everything that's mentioned in the Bible is talking about us. It's not everybody. Right? Read it again.
Okay. And if thy brother be waxing thin, like poor, and falling in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him. Yea, though he be a stranger or a sojourner, that he may live with thee.
That's charity. That's the mission to Acuna. That's what we did in New York, and we do it a whole lot more. Just everywhere there's food drives going on: Atlanta, St. Louis, California, UK, Trinidad, Haiti, Jamaica. It's going on all over the place. We do it all the time because our people are who gets the charity, because charity is a biblical thing. You get the point? Go ahead.
And so we don't do it for show.
No, we don't. We do show it, but we don't do it for show. It's a difference. All right. You understand? All right. We good with that? Go ahead.
I had two more questions.
Is there any questions online, Bakwad?
That was the one question, sir.
No sweat. If not, you could go ahead, bro.
Go. In 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 23, it says what? In 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 23, it says, but foolish and unlearned questions avoid, knowing that they do gender stripes. Within that scripture, what would be considered an unlearned question? Well, what is the scripture talking about? And then what is an unlearned question?
Where you at?
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 23.
Second Timothy 2.
Come. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 23.
Okay.
And I wanted to break down the entire scripture, but specifically, what are questions that are considered unlearned? Is that, I guess when I first heard it before, is that like it's a lot actually that's not the part I had. That's the a part of the question that I wanted to know as far as the breakdown, and then the gender stripes and what that mean.
Okay, so let's take it from the back end, all right? What does to gender strife mean? What does to gender strife? What does that mean? Bukash, let me know it's 8:30, please, all right? Give me a second, I'm coming to you. Huh? What's the gender strife? Shapat?
It's like there'll be a like battle of the sexes or something like that.
No. Anybody else?
I mean, strife is in general, some sort of conflict.
Just look it up. You all have all these phones. You can't look up gender and you can't look up strife. You can't Google the phrase gender strife. You don't have a phone? What's your phone?
It says,
Go ahead.
it says gender strife could refer to conflicts, tensions, or disputes related to gender issues, such as inequality, discrimination.
No, that's not it. That's like battle of the sexes, a debate on gender. That's not what this is talking about. Gender is an old English word. Really is engender, which means to give rise to or to birth. Like your parents gendered you. They made you, right? Somebody gendered something, meaning this person started it. So this foolish question, it gives rise to strife. What is strife? Conflict, right? And in this context, what kind of conflict?
To foolish questions.
No, what kind of conflict in this context?
Fight.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be conflict against the scriptures, the law?
Could be. But how would you describe all that? What's the spirit behind this verse? You hear what it's saying. Avoid stupid questions or foolish questions, knowing that they'll give rise to conflict. What is the spirit of it? Is the spirit of it saying, don't ask a question? Or like how you saying, well, what is a stupid question? What's the spirit of this?
The spirit of this is to answer it correctly.
No.
I don't say desolate. I mean, not desolate. I'm in a like digressive situation. Like you. It's like if I give an example, far-fetched, but if I give an example, like these brothers is, these.
No, it's just it's in front of the mic, the speaker. You put the speaker on the floor. You're still gonna reach it, but they're just coming closer.
Like for an example, it's like
come closer. Come closer. Go ahead.
All right, for an example, it's like let's say like these two brothers is in some sort of argument or whatever. It's like saying go to council, or they're trying to bring you into it. Like, hey, what
no, councils most 99.99% of the time is absolutely necessary because they really ain't got shit to do with what they're arguing about.
So like what all the Pharisees used to ask Christ them type of questions, trying to start something.
No. A little different. There's some conflicts that's absolutely necessary. That conflict with the Pharisees was absolutely necessary. It's like taking questions from Christians at camp. You have to do it to show everybody how stupid a Christian is. You have to. You get the point? Some conflicts are necessary. This is an unnecessary conflict. The spirit of it is don't do shit to make you and your brother know how to hate each other. I'll give you a good example. Who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT? Jordan, Jackson, Tyson. Nigga, I'll buy you a GOAT if you want. What we talking about? What is we talking about? But there's some people have an insatiable lust for conflict. And it's like they get off on the banter. They get off on it, and the thing escalates into God knows what. I mean, there's so many incidents people have heard of, fights, stabbings, shootings. Somebody say something way out of pocket over two niggas who don't know y'all don't know, and they don't care about you anyway. That's just one example. There's many examples of this shit. Go ahead, brother.
Would that be an example of giving it negative spirit power?
Say again?
Would that be an example of giving a negative spirit power?
Yes, it's definitely that, because now you're yielding all your strength and all your might and all your wit and all your wisdom to something that means nothing. It means nothing. It means nothing. In the next 20 years, everybody who's saying LeBron is the GOAT is going to be arguing Ja Morant is the GOAT. There's going to be a new best every generation. That's just how life is, because nobody's seen what the last person did. And that's just life. Now, are we going to argue about it? Are we going to now turn and you an idiot, you stupid, something, over that shit? Go ahead.
It's like Kanaya Howard said, would arguing about meat eating versus non-meat eating would be an example?
Yes. It's a stupid question. It's a stupid argument. It's a stupid question to pose. The non-eating meat versus the meat eaters. All right? Give me that precept too. 1 Corinthians 8 and 10. Is that it? Start at 9. Hold on. Start at 8. 7. Start at 7. 1 Corinthians 8 and 7. Go ahead. Whoever have it, read. Let's go. All right. We ain't got much time.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians.
Salaki, you was gonna read? No sweat. Let's grab this here.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 8, verse 7. Howbeit, there is not in every man that knowledge, for some.
Is the Michael working or loud?
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 8, verse 7. Howbeit, there is not in every man that knowledge, for some with conscience of the idol unto this hour eat it as a thing offered, be weak is defiled.
Hold on, you skipped something now. Somebody else who have the whole thing right there, read it real quick, please. You have it? Go ahead, let him try it again.
Howbeit, there is not in every man that knowledge, for some with conscience of the idol unto this hour eat it as a thing offered unto an idol, and their conscience be weak is defiled.
Right? Some people don't have the knowledge we have. That's what we say. Some people don't have this knowledge. And they'll eat something that's offered unto an idol, and they'll regard it as this food is special because it's offered unto an idol. Give me an example of something like that.
It's like in Greek mythology when they
You ain't even go that far. Birthday cake. This cake is so special. So special, brother. Offered unto an idol. Who's the idol? You, for that day. Right? Then there's another people who have the knowledge we have. And we is like, damn, this is some damn good cake. I don't give a damn about you or your birthday, nigga. I'll go order the same cake when you die, because nobody's celebrating your birthday then. But guess what? There'll be cake, and I'll eat it because it's just food. But other people, some people who don't have this wisdom, they'll esteem this cake. Keep going.
Come. Verse 8. But meat commendeth us not to God. For neither, if we eat, are we the better? Neither, if we eat not, are we the worse?
You understand? So now he's saying, this is not something we commend to the Lord, because this is just food. Because if we eat it, it doesn't make us better or it doesn't make us worse. But if nobody don't throw you a birthday party, you depressed for the month. You depressed for the whole month because you ain't get a birthday party. But to us, whether you eat it or not, it doesn't do anything for us. All right, go ahead.
Come, verse 9. But take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
Right, but now you got to be careful, because now we have knowledge that gives us a certain amount of liberty. What is that liberty? Whatever is lawful is edible. Whatever is lawful, you can consume. But to them that are weak, who are the weak ones? Somebody who would regard the birthday cake. Or we just get through the Christmas season, right? Christmas season, what's some of the Christmas stuff? Go ahead.
Christmas trees.
Well, okay, not the trees. We're talking about food now.
What, candy,
The Christmas candy. Go ahead.
The ham is sitting on the table.
Okay, that's unlawful. You're not following me.
Milk and cookies.
That's Christmas?
On the waiting for Santa on the
So, all right, milk and cookies. Go ahead.
Eggnog.
Eggnog. That's a traditional Christmas thing, right? The candy, right? Benjamites make a cake called black cake. It's rum cake, really, but that's a Christmas tradition. Benjamites and Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon make something called pastel or pastelos, with like cornmeal wrapped, that wraps up beef, cooked beef with little pickles in them, and it steams the thing. Those are traditional Christmas things amongst the tribe. What if I decide to cook that in May? You get the point? That's how it should be. I could make that anytime. I could make eggnog anytime. 4th of July eggnog. People in the world will look at you like, what the hell are you doing? That's for Christmas. They'll look at me like I'm defiled. Meanwhile, when they do it, they defile themselves. They are weak. So now, being that they are weak, the liberty I have to eat whatever that's lawful, not the ham, whatever that's lawful, I have to be mindful to not eat it around them on their day, because they'll say, I have the Christmas spirit. Right. Even though I know this is just damn food. You get the point? Keep reading.
Come. Verse 10. For if any man see thee, which has knowledge, sit at meat in the idol's temple, shall not in conscience of him which is weak be emboldened to eat those things which are offered to idols.
Right now, somebody see you and you partaking of it, even though you're not part of that, ceremony damn near. They'll think it's okay because it's, well, if Bakwash eating it, it's fine. If Barack eating it. Yeah, I'll have some of that Christmas cake. Not any more of that cake. I'll have some of that Christmas. Oh, this Christmas cake is good. Oh, that Christmas drink. Good Christmas drink. It now becomes a whole holy thing to them. They might think it's okay. You get the point? No, give me the one you have. Go ahead.
It's like I will say too, like cookies at that time. Same cookies you eat all year, the little sugar cookies, they become Christmas cookies now.
Oh, brother, you bring back some memories there. Benjamites have Danish cookies. You all have that? Yeah. Well, you're Benjamin, so you know what I'm talking about. You all know the Danish cookies, Barack? You know what Danish cookie is? Since you know the Danish cookies are, it's faded out now. You know the cookie tin. It's a circular blue cookie tin with about 9 different cookies in layers of 4. Right now, in a Benjamin household, you could end up getting knocked over if you eat that out of season, because that is up on the fridge or in a certain cabinet only for Christmas time. And you catch yourself scaling the damn countertop or scaling the fridge to grab it and eat it, brother, it's bad. Especially because the Benjamin, that should come from foreign. That should come in a barrel. That shit, you can't go to the store and get that shit. It's so special. But to a kid, it's sweet and tasty. I don't give a damn about your season, but that shit is a violation act. Let me tell you how skillful you have to be. You have to go take the cookie from the lowest rung and leave the top one and then just stack it back. Okay, it's hard to explain. There been some little kind of paper holders. So the top paper, you gotta leave that full. You gotta go on the bottom ones, clean that out, flip the shit over so it stay the same height. So by the time they realize it, the whole bottom row clean out, brother. You're gonna get your ass buzzed, but you're gonna end up with some cookies. You get the point? Well, you don't give a damn about the Christmas shit, but now you grow up knowing don't touch them cookies. That's Christmas shit. You get the point? Now take that spirit, give me the precept, the other precept you had.
Oh God, the book of Romans, chapter 14, verse 2. For one believeth that he may eat all things.
Mm-hmm.
Another who is weak eateth earth.
You understand? No, it's the same spirit. The kid believed they could eat the cookies anytime. He believed they could eat all things. He ain't weak. He ain't scared about eating no cookie out of season. Then there's another who believed them cookies is only for that time. There's one who believed he could eat all things. Another one who believed he could eat just herbs only, no meat. And all things here meaning plant and meat. Not, every single thing like a Christian would think. This is context here, right? All things meaning all things lawful. Some think they could eat everything. They call, omnivores. One herbivores. He just eating meat. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 3. Let not him that eateth despise him that eateth not.
Right. Let not him that eateth despise him that eateth not. Meaning what? The person who eats the meat shouldn't despise the brother who don't eat meat. And then the brother who does not eat meat shouldn't despise the person that eats the meat. What could happen between those two people, brother or sister? They could start asking what kind of questions, Barack? This was your question, right? No sweat.
I was trying to find where he was at.
No sweat. You could have just asked. What kind of question?
Foolish questions that could cause a gender.
Gender means cause. That could cause strife. They start getting into food. What the hell are you talking about? What is he talking about? It could cause strife. I'll give you one that's in the Bible. When the disciples asked Christ, who's the greatest amongst us? That was causing strife with the disciples. And Christ understood it, and he said, okay, the greatest amongst you is the greatest servant. Now let me see who want to serve. Nobody want to serve. Everybody want the ratings, but nobody don't want to roll them sleeves up. You get the point? Go ahead.
So like there's a question.
So like Barack, you understand? That's an example of it. There's many, many examples of foolish questions. Before I get that question, it ties into this. Let me just make this last point and then we'll go. Before I get that question, I believe Brock, you was asking how to avoid it.
No, I was saying what
would be considered foolish questions.
Yeah.
So that you could
avoid.
Okay, that's what I thought. Right. So this is what you should try to do. Give me the precept in the Apocrypha. Hold on. I might paraphrase it wrong. Not men of renown. Where it talks about watching your mouth in the presence is of great men. Bukwash, did you send the link to Trinidad?
Gotcha.
Okay, no sweat. And we on all the channels, right?
Gotcha.
Okay. Apocrypha, right? Well, when you're in the use not many words. Give me Ecclesiasticus 32:9, real quick.
Calm. Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 32, verse 9. Verse 9. If thou be among great men.
Mike, let me get the mic.
If thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words.
All right, what is that saying? We'll break it down for you. Go ahead. Easy, Mike.
Like when you see it all the time, like somebody that's older or more experienced to get to talking, and you be like, "Oh yeah, I did that too," and you try to make your story just like you're just.
And as you talking, what are you not doing?
Listen.
And what's it in a situation like that? Why should you listen?
You learn.
Learn what?
Wisdom.
Learn more. Anybody else? Go ahead.
It's like you learn valuable lessons.
About what?
About whatever that subject is.
Okay, that's one thing. There's something else. This is ties into what you're asking. Go ahead, brother. Right next.
Question again, please.
As the precept was talking about running your mouth a whole lot when there are men who far outrank you, out there, just out your class, out your league. You running your mouth. What are you not doing? You're running your mouth. You're not listening. What should you be listening for? Why should you listen? You have a mic, right? Oh, that's the same one? Oh, go ahead.
That's the same one, sir. Because they were here before you.
This is on your exact question. Go ahead.
Also listen out of respect.
That's true. This is not on his question. Let me go ahead.
Is it so that you're not going to ask a stupid question?
Yes. Why you gonna ask a stupid question? It's not going to be in your phone. If the answer was on Google, we wouldn't need class. Say again?
You're not going to use many words?
No, it's very simple. You had Yahanna?
I was going to keep it simple. I mean, you're not going to ask a stupid question because your mouth shut. You're listening.
No, not so much because your mouth shut. Shalom. You have some chapter? Right? Go ahead.
So you won't get embarrassed and catch strife.
Okay, you're still missing it.
Yes, Shalom, about some chapter.
You have some chapter. What's going on now? You're trying to chime in?
Oh, that's saluting, sir.
Okay, no sweat. I'm gonna give it to you for time's sake, all right? Unless somebody else want to try it. Sis, Here, pass the mic. If you want to try it? You leave everything on, huh? You don't cut off. You already did?
No, I didn't cut anything.
Okay, no sweat.
You said 8:30, sir. Just a reminder.
No, not even to cut it off. Just leave it on until the end. Sis, you had one?
Say, at the moment, it's kind of not your place.
Okay, it is. All that's true what you're saying. This is based on what, pay attention. This is based on what Barack was asking. about asking the foolish questions that would engender strife. Okay, let me ask you this: the men above you, do you see them in strife over the goat? Do you see them in strife? Period. What are they talking about? What are they talking about?
Brotherhood, for the most part. Building the nation, making it stronger.
Anything else? You will learn what your mind should be on. As you spend time around men who better than you, you would learn what your mind should really be focused on. You get that. You would know when your conversation is just base. It's just a base conversation. And it's like, and that's that. Go ahead, Art.
Captain Malquad just had a post that says, you know, we're at the end of the world, and everybody's talking about who stole whose joke.
No, before, and that was an excellent post. And he got that from Commander General Yahanna. Commander General Yahanna said that on the radio show the Monday right after the whole thing with Cat Williams. Before the general said that, who said that? Nobody. Everybody was dissecting the 3 hours and pulling up the receipts of, you know, Steve Harvey this and his fake hairline and this, and then a man of wisdom and said, they're invading over there in, you know, was it the Houthis? The Houthis? The Houthis is attacking in that little strait going up to Israel, right? America just started heading towards Yemen today. Taiwan declared war on China yesterday or the day before. You worrying about a goddamn joke. Now, after that statement was made, I know everybody felt cut a little bit. Everybody was like, damn. You start going back through your timeline. Let me delete this shit. Let me delete this shit right here. Let me delete this dumbass bullshit right here. Go ahead.
I actually used it. I was on the shuttle bus with a bunch of other operators, and they were sitting up there talking about the Jay-Z thing. Jay-Z had a daughter or something like that, and I'm like, it's a whole war going on across, you know, say overseas, and we worried about Cat Williams and Jay-Z. It's like our oppressor sat us down in front of the cartoons while they go to work.
That's the way he said. That's the perfect way. Now, people in the world, you can't really blame them. They don't have men, for an example. You understand? The supervisor is in the break room sharing the latest twerk video from World Star Hip Hop. That's the man who's signing your hours. You can't really blame them. You get the point? That's why this is in Corinthians, because the school is where? Is in Corinth. So Paul is telling these brothers, listen, man, you know, stay away from those type of, you know, those type of questions. It's like a parent telling a child, where you learn to talk like that? You ever hear me talk like that? You ever hear me and your mother talk like that? Or me and your father, if you're a woman, talk like that? We don't talk like that in here. Where you get that talk from? We don't even discuss them things in here. Where you get that from? Because you would have been listening to what somebody, see a senior, saying, what they're talking about, how they're talking, the things they say to each other. Why would you say that to him? So he's an idiot because he thinks LeBron is great? He's stupid because he thinks Jordan is great. Where you get that from? It's stupid questions. Something wrong with him because he eat meat? Or he's a super healthy nigga because he don't eat no meat? You're disrespecting each other over dumb shit. Dumb nonsense that means nothing. And you're just wasting time and energy. You get the point? That's how you learn what to talk about and what not to talk about. You start reading situations and being like, I ain't never seen nobody behave like this and do this. I ain't doing that. I'm not saying that. I'm not co-signing that shit. Go ahead.
Sorry, we got
Let me get a question. That was anything there first. Let me call a hold for 1 second.
The question was, Salakia. It was from Trooper. No, from Trooper Nawanyala. Is it lawful to eat it a day after or days after?
You could eat it whenever the hell you want, Doc. It depends on your situation. If you're in a situation where there's somebody who is close to you who follows you around, they're not so strong in the truth yet, you may not want to, invite them over the day your family have Thanksgiving because you separate. They might get confused. If it's just you alone, nigga, just eat the food. Just don't sit there and eat it with them. You could eat it that night. You could eat it a day after if you want. You could not eat the shit at all. You could not eat the shit at all. It's up to you. Once you know that this meal is not special, once you know that this food is not special, it's not, whatever, you could eat anything. You could eat it. You get the point? Go ahead.
Call it 754-234. You're on the line right now. Did you have a question or comment?
Yeah, what's going on, priest? Go ahead.
I wanted to know, like, when I was return, right? I wanted to know, how would it, be? I know the scripture says on their darkness and gloominess and stuff like that. But, can you just break down, how, everything be about stuff?
Well, you're asking specifically when he returns with the angels, or afterwards, or tell me exactly which part you're talking about.
When he feel when the angels and the outside enter into the earth, that's what
I got you. No sweat. Who's this again from Florida? Oh, there's no one y'all. All right, Most High in Christ, brother. All right, I'm about to answer that for you. All right. All right, chapter. Okay. Chapter. Give me in the Apocrypha. So the brother wanted to know what will it be like when Christ returns. That moment he returns. He could stay on the line if he wants to, just in case he wants to add something, right? Give me Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2. Also give me First Ezra chapter 13. First Ezra chapter 13. I think it's first. It could be second. Might be second. Salakia. Yeah, second Ezra 13. Salakia about that. All right. In fact, give me second Ezra first. All right. And also give me in the where's that? Amos, where the tongues is burning out of the head. And a consuming fire, where the eyes getting burnt out. Give me that. Right? Where they say howl, there's a howl. Howl ye. In fact, start with that one. Salaki. That's the one to start with. Give me howl ye. For the day of the Lord is at hand. Isaiah 13. You could start at 6. Is it 6 or 9? Or both?
It's 6.
6.
13 to 6.
No sweat.
It's Isaiah 13.
13 to 6.
Mm-hmm. Read it quickly, Isaiah 13 and 6. Time going.
Come. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
How for the day of the Lord is at hand.
Mm-hmm. Howl. You know, howl is like a cry out. A cry out for whatever pain, a cry out for whatever affliction, a cry out for something that's just this is uncomfortable is not the word. That's what's coming to mind now. This is something that you're suffering and you let out an excruciating cry, like a howl. Right? You say, howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. Go ahead.
Come. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
And when this day comes, the brother asks, how is it going to be when Christ returns? Listen, when this day comes, it's going to be like no other. You're not going to confuse it with nothing. Everybody talking about the CIA alien and, oh, look, the chariots in the sky. Negro, them is not chariots. You're just wasting good footage. When them things come through, brother, you're going to know for sure this is the Lord. This is absolutely the Lord right here and then. You're going to know what it is, right? It's going to come with great destruction. Now, let me get 2 Ezra 13. We're going to start, hold on. 29.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 13 and verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth.
Right, that's what the brother was asking. What's going to be like when Christ returns? He said, behold, man, there's going to come a time where the days is coming where the Lord is going to start to deliver them that are upon the earth, right? The deliverance is when Christ comes, but the beginning of the deliverance is when? When is the beginning of that deliverance? Right now. Right now. This is the beginning of that deliverance arc. We in that time. This is the beginning of sorrows, like what Matthew 24 said. Go ahead.
Verse 30. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
And when he appears, it's going to be a shocking thing. He's going to come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. Go ahead, huh?
One of the main astonishments is that he really came.
Yep. There's going to be another one, right? Keep going.
Verse 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another. One against another, one place against another.
One city against another. You don't have one city? Where you reading from? A smartphone?
A stupid phone.
Thank you. Stupid phone that gender and strife. Go ahead.
2 Ezra verse 13 and 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another. One city against another. One place against another. One people against another. And one realm against another.
When is that going on? You see that going on right now. You see that going on right now. So as Christ is returning, the beginning of our salvation, you're going to have wars and rumors of wars. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 32. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the sign shall happen which I shewed thee before. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending.
Right. This is in Ezra's, boy, long before, the so-called New Testament, long before Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts. And where did they see Christ ascending? In the first chapter of Acts, when he left, he ascended in a cloud. This is prophecy of Christ in the Old Testament. Just as you saw him ascending, that's how he coming back from the clouds. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 33. And when all the people hear his voice, Every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have won against another.
Right? And when they see Christ, they're going to leave off from fighting each other. If it's one thing, brother, that people hate, people in the world, especially the heathens more so, hate more than the fight with each other, what's the one thing they hate?
Us.
Black people. Black people, brother. That whole conflict we had in the UK with them fools was that. There's a place in Birmingham called Jewelry Corner, where all the so-called Jewish people own. There's no protest going on there. We out there, we the problem. Do we bomb Palestine? Yes, you. What the fuck we talking about? There's one thing they hate more than each other: niggas. And when this nigga show up, there'll be peace in the Middle East. Gaza and Tel Aviv is going to lay hand in hand. Everybody, Shiite and the Sunni, going to say alhamdulillah. They're all going to come together. They all are going to come together because there's a nigga we got to take care of. Go ahead. Salakia, go ahead, Kapash.
It's like about me. John Adams got all the 13 colonies to finally come together when he wrote and he said, well, we got to get control of these, these niggas because they might help out the British, you know what I'm saying?
Just like Egypt.
To come together.
Just like Egypt. Just like Egypt. You're right. Go ahead.
Verse 34. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them willing to come and to overcome him by fighting.
Right? As you saw them fighting each other, they're going to look up together and try to fight our King Yahushua. Go ahead.
Verse 35. But he shall stand upon the top of the Mount Sion, and Sion shall come and shall be shewed to all men.
That's us. We Zion. We're gonna be presented in that day when Christ returns. The whole way you at, give me Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. Could start at 1.
Five and 1, sir.
Real quick.
Is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors.
Right. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such that afflicted him. Right. If the brother still on hold on, answer the question, let me know if this is not what you're talking about. Right. Meaning what? We are the ones who suffered affliction at the hands of these heathens. And we're going to be able to stand bold. Christ is going to do it first. He's going to be able to stand bold in front of them who afflicted him. Go ahead.
Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for.
Read that again.
Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Right? When they see it, when they see this man making the stand, they're going to be troubled with a terrible fear. They're going to be scared. They're going to be scared something horrible because it's not what they expected. What did they expect?
Christ to come back and gather everybody in peace.
I'll take that.
They was expecting last year to come back.
Yeah, they was expecting this nigga. They was expecting Jesus Superstar. You remember that shit? Jesus Superstar? They was expecting the sky to break and this nigga coming like this. Come unto me. Come unto me. They open the door and see your black ass out. They tripping. And it's like more an offense. It's like more an offense to them that you in their neighborhood. Like you black and you in some uppity neighborhood and that they think you ain't supposed to be in. They get angry. Get out of here. I'm calling the cops. Something. Take that and add nuclear weapons, state and missiles and guns. That's what's going to happen when Christ returns out. Because they're going to look and they're going to know the horn's going to blow. All the Christians, they're going to know, say, damn, this got to be the Lord, because this is ridiculous. They're going to see the chariots of the Lord. They're going to see the chariots of the Lord flood the sky. They're going to see darkness take over because it's so many niggas up there. And they're going to know. And then the cloud is going to be there. And out of the cloud, just like how you saw him ascending, you're going to see a nigga descending. They're going to be like this. Bring my gun. And they're going to want to kill him, and they're going to be amazed at the strangeness, because this is so far beyond what they looked for. They was looking for this. They was looking for this shit right here. They're going to fool themselves and say, this is the Chinese done got the niggas and they're trying to invade America. They're going to fool themselves, but they're not going to believe it. They're definitely not going to believe it. And the strangeness of his salvation is them UFOs. Them UFOs is coming back for us. That's how it's going to be when Christ. It's going to be a strange thing that you can't even fathom. You can't even begin to understand. There's so many movies that tried to mimic it, but it's going to be a strange thing just out of this world. All right, any more? Go ahead.
He has a question.
Go ahead, Art.
Hey, Rocky, sir. So, when the scriptures say, he will be ascended from the cloud, right? So, does that mean like he would be like in a chariot, or like his physical body would be ascended from the cloud? I don't kind of get it.
Oh, this is what I know, Ak. I know Christ is a Judite, Ak. And Judites make a statement everywhere. So whether it's a chariot, his body in the cloud, he might just show up and just do some run, chariots disappear. I don't know. But he coming from the sky. That's that part I do know. But the scripture said, just like how you saw him ascending into the cloud, because he was taken up into the cloud, that's how you're going to see him coming back. So from that standpoint, you might just see the chariots, then one main cloud pull up, and a light or something just terrible, and you just see this nigga coming down. Go ahead.
It's like if I could, you said Hollywood tried to do it, all the time. You know how the way they have the space movies where a beam of light just lifts somebody up or brings someone down?
Yeah. That's where they get it from. That's where they get it from. Go ahead.
With Christ's return, I guess him returning back is, how do I put it? It's supposed to happen over there in the Middle East or whatever when he first, coming back.
Who says so? Where's the precept that says?
They all going
Where's the precept that says going to happen in the Middle East?
Okay, they was gonna stop their war. Like all the nations gonna be gathered over there. So-called,
It also say everybody gonna see him when he up here.
That's about to ask. So, okay, it don't matter if let's say it's over here or over there. This is where he's ascending from. Everyone, no matter where you at, like right now, it's dark time by time. We can't. Not all of us can see the sun right now. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying?
What? I don't know what you're saying.
1 second.
I don't get what you're saying now.
Okay, I'm saying. Okay, I'm saying, like, right. They say all of us gonna see descending, same way we saw him ascending. Just like some of us can't see the sun right now, there's nighttime over here. Some of the people over there that see the sun can't see the moon right now.
Okay.
My point is, how is everybody going to see him?
Well, listen, I pray we all get to see the day. You asking me to choreograph something that never happened. I don't know how the hell it's gonna happen. But listen, if the oppressor, who is the devil, could make y'all in the room see me here, and somebody in Germany right now it's 3 a.m. see me right here. I mean, who knows what the Lord could do? Dude, I don't know what the hell he gonna do, but whatever he do is gonna scare the shit out of them. It's going to scare them. Go ahead, No sweat to water. Go ahead, brother.
Another question. Jeremiah 51:20. This is gonna talk about others. When it says, "Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kings. And it goes on telling what we gonna destroy. So my question is, when he returns, it will be nuclear war. How would we be destroying the nation and stuff like that?
All right, I got you. I know exactly what you're asking. Let me finish this and I'm gonna go to that, all right? Let me just finish this here in the Apocrypha. I understand what you're saying. Keep finish verse 2. Keep going.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Verse 3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this is he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach.
What does that say? Read it one more time.
And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach.
All right, Shabbat.
They ain't gonna have that same energy about us. They used to talk about us, call us niggas, call us wetbacks, and all that. Now they like, oh, that was y'all.
Oh no, they're gonna have more energy. They're gonna have more energy. It's really first part of it.
And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves.
Man, they're groaning for anguish of spirit, which means they're getting angry because the same people they call niggers and spicks is who's in them chariots. You get the point? It's not going to make sense to them, and they're going to be mad about the closest thing you probably ever witnessed it is when Obama got into office. Even though we know he's African, brother, white people lost it. White people were sick. They were sick. Totally lost it because to them it's a black person in the White House. Now imagine somebody comes with all that power and all that might, and they thought he's coming for them. And then you see the ship, the crystal over the ship, and the smoke and the damn the clouds, and then the cloud disappear, and then the smoke go, and then the crystal roll back, and you hear the bass, prepare slaughter. We back, and the nigga walk out, brother. They're going to lose their minds. They're going to lose it. Keep going.
Verse 4. We fools counted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. Verse 5. How is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot is among the saints?
Right? You understand? They're not going to be able to understand it, which is why they need to go into slavery. That's why. They say, how is he numbered among the children of the God and the children of the saints? How is that? Him? Christ. Black. Give me my gun. That nigga got to go into slavery. He got to go into slavery. That's how it's going to be when Christ comes back. So now the brother asked, how is it that we are going to be the battle axe at that time? Let's get Jeremiah. Yep.
Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send.
Salaki, give me from 14.
Sir. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Right. There's going to come a time where the Lord ain't going to be famous no more for Egypt.
Right.
He's now going to be famous for the destruction that's going to happen to America.
Right.
That's the land of the north. Right? That's the modern day Egypt. He's going to be famous for that. Keep going.
And from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishers.
Right, and all the lands that he gave unto our fathers, and all the lands he driven us, he gonna bring us back from those lands and out of the land of the north, and then set us down in the land he gave our fathers, which is Israel, surrounded by the rivers, the Garden of Eden, not just that small Israel, but the whole thing. Go ahead.
Like I always say, Lord allow we get another high holy day just as big as the Passover for that.
I mean, who knows? It just might be the Passover. Just, you know, just, you know what I mean? That's it. Just might be the exact thing. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord, and they shall fish them.
Right? So this is the time we're in now. The Lord has sent for many fishers to fish brothers, to fish Israel, fish brothers and sisters into the truth, because now he's pulling us out of the land of the north. Right? The precept, come out of her, my people. This is the fishing, right? But not physically, spiritually. Go ahead.
And
spiritually first.
Right.
After it's going to be physical. Right? Go ahead.
And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
Right. And then after that, he's going to send for many hunters. And they're going to hunt these people out of every mountain and every hill and every hole of the rocks. Right. So the brother who asked the question, is he still on? Right? Why would the Lord have to send for hunters to hunt them out of the mountains and the hills and the holes of the rocks?
Because they trying to escape the judgment. Like building bunkers and things like that.
Exactly, but what are they building bunkers for?
For the Christ return, so they don't have to go, so they don't have to die in the nuclear blast.
That's it. Right. That's why. Because there's so much nuclear blast and fallout, they're gonna try to hide amongst the rock. Right? They're gonna run to the mountain and rock, but there'll be no rock for them to hide because now they're gonna send for the hunters, right? So now also give me Isaiah 26 and 20. All right, Bukwa, just hit the numbers up there twice. Let's raise it up by 2 degrees. To what?
Isaiah.
What is it on now?
65, 64.
Yeah, 2 degrees. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
You understand? This is how it's going to be, brother. The Lord is going to be so severe. Right. The Lord is going to have to hide us in certain parts of them chariots, brother, because we're not going to be able to take seeing what's happening in the earth. Right. We're not going to be able to, just to see it. It's going to be so scary, brother. The Lord is going to hide us away into them chambers for a short time. And then afterwards, He's going to set us down. You're going to be able to go and pull them out of the damn rucksack. Right. You know what I mean? Who knows? He gave you superpowers. He might assign you a few angels in your army. And them angels' job is just to pull the doors out for them damn mountains. Right. You all go up on the mountain. You'll get your swords ready and your staffs ready. They shut the thing open in some old double seal, 12-inch titanium alloy, something. The angel just come and peel that shit back. Rah! And everything open, and all the sirens going off down there, and all the decontamination fluid coming out, and them niggas putting on the mask because they're scared, and you running down in there, brother, and bringing them out like criminals, giving them the perp walk down the mountain. That's what's going to happen. You get the point? Go ahead. Yes, some more? Or the brother had anything? Go ahead, Up.
Oh, God. So, another question. So, during the nuclear fallout and stuff like that, so I know you just said that we'll be in the chariots and stuff until what, the nuclear fallout goes away, or?
Yeah, until it's over. until it's over, until that part is over.
So you know, how like nuclear bombs, like radiation and things like that. So you saying we will be in charity until all of the radiation, all of those things are gone.
Okay, we are going to be in a place where we're not going to be affected by it. And whenever it's time to go pull them out of the mountains, we're going to be able to do it. However the Lord going to have it done, we are going to be able to do it because it's written here. That's what he said. You get what I'm saying? Right? It's going to be written here. No, okay. Now you might just be thinking, this is the whole earth. Remember, the whole earth is not going to be destroyed. America is prophesied to be the lake of fire. So if this is going to be the lake of fire, uninhabitable, where nobody could live, maybe this is where the bulk of that's going to happen. And then you're going to have all them devils in Switzerland and Sweden and Auschwitz and in Norway and in The Hague and doing all kind of expensive ass bunkers somewhere else. Who knows? You get what I'm saying? Don't think the whole world going to be covered in the whole nuclear thing. There's going to be a certain part that's going to get destroyed. America is prophesied to be the lake of fire because it's going to be burning so much it's going to look like a lake of fire. All right. And of course, brother, the Lord has spiritual power, brother. I mean, real power. Nuclear radiation, what? You think he could just say, all right, that's it, and just blow that shit all the way away, and ain't no more nuclear radiation? Maybe the nukes in that day might help us. Maybe it have a positive effect on us and a negative effect on them. The more you breathe, the bigger and stronger you get. I don't know. You get the point? I don't know. But the Lord said, in once it's over, I'll send for hunters, and they're gonna hunt them all the mountains. And I don't give a damn. I want some hunting. I want some mountains to go up to. I ain't never climbed no damn mountain, but climbing in that day. Go ahead.
I know catching with the time, but I just know 2 precepts or one at least.
About? Yeah, you need the mic? Go ahead.
Yeah, so like I just get like 1 or 2 precepts on, you know, how Christians be like, you know, a personal relationship with God and all that. A personal relationship with God, and you know, just you know, precepts on that.
On a personal relationship with God. 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. Go ahead, Al. No sweat, brother. I underbar. Yapshin chapter. Yeah.
The book of First Corinthians chapter 11 verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
All right. So where's the personal relationship?
It ain't there.
Exactly. Then
use Hebrews 5:12.
Let me hear it.
Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12. For when the time ye ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God.
You could definitely use that. Give me Exodus. This is the one I like to use because they hate this one. This is not a fishing precept. This is a cutting precept. All right. Give me Exodus chapter 4 and 16. Just for time's sake, I'm gonna just bring you up to speed. This is when the Lord was sending Moses to start doing the work in Egypt. Moses had a speech impediment. It doesn't say specifically. He could have had a stutter. Maybe he talked low. Maybe he couldn't pronounce certain words. But Moses thought he was ill-equipped to do the job. Moses, because of the physical affliction, he thought to himself that he could not be effective. And the Lord wanted Moses to do it. And sometimes that will happen where The man above you, he wants you to have the power. You don't want yourself to have it. You just, and it made the Lord angry with Moses. So much so the Lord checked him. He said, didn't I make the mouth? Didn't I make the tongue? You worried about if you could speak? I'm the one who makes the mouth. I can make you speak. And he said, no sweat. You can't go and do it. No problem. Your brother Aaron, that nigga down with you. He rolling with you anyway. Whatever you tell him, he gonna do it. Bring Aaron. I'm gonna set this thing up. So he called Aaron, right?
4:16, sir.
Hold on. Start at 14.
Oh God.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 14. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses. And he said, is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? I know that he can speak well. And also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee.
Mm-hmm.
And when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart.
Right? When he see you, because he's down with him. Aaron is down with him. He's going to be glad to see his brother. Right. Go ahead.
And thou shalt speak unto him.
Right? And you going to talk to Aaron. Go ahead.
And put words in his mouth.
And put words in his mouth, meaning what? Aaron going to shut up and listen to what Moses is saying to him.
Right.
He going to put words in Aaron's mouth. He going to tell Aaron what to say.
Right.
Go ahead.
And I will be with thy mouth.
Right. And I will be with your mouth, meaning you ain't had to worry about fumbling over words and shit. I'll be with you. You're going to say exactly what you need to say, which is what Moses went through. A lot of brothers go through from time to time, where you ain't sure you are the right words for a certain situation. The Lord with you.
Right.
Open your mouth and talk. Right. Go ahead.
And with his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And will teach you what ye shall do.
Right. And the Lord said, I'll be with you and him. I'll be with your mouth, his mouth, and I'll teach you what you will do. And then you will teach it to him. Go ahead.
And he shall be thy spokesman.
Right. This is the crux of what you want here. You might have to back them up, but this is the crux of what you want here. Read it again.
And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people.
And Aaron will be your spokesman, Moses, unto the people. Meaning, you tell Aaron what to do, Aaron will go tell the people. Right. The people will hear from Aaron, not your mouth. But it will be, Moses said this. Moses said that. Go ahead. So the people don't have any relationship with Moses. Right. They only know Aaron. Go ahead.
And he shall be, even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth.
So now, he will be to you instead of a mouth. Meaning, he's going to be your mouth. Right. To talk to the people. Right? I'm telling you what to say. You're going to tell him what to say. He's going to say it. He will be your mouthpiece to the people. Aaron going to say what I say to say that you tell him to say. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be to him instead of God.
Say it again.
And thou shalt be to him instead of God.
Did Aaron have a personal relationship with God? Read it again.
And thou shalt be to him instead of God.
If Aaron wanted to know the Lord, he had to go to Moses. There's nobody has a personal relationship with the Lord. The Lord chooses one man all the time to deal with, and everybody else better fall to hell in line. There's no personal relationship. You don't know him. He don't know you. He knows that man, Moses. And if you want to know the Lord, you better go ask Moses about the Lord. Today, that man's command, Johnny Yahanna. Go ahead.
Like so even further down, the children of Israel, they wanted to know the Lord. They had to go to Aaron.
That's this point here. If they wanted to know anything, they had to go. They couldn't come to Moses. They had to go to Aaron. Then Aaron go to Moses. And Moses either send him back or say, hold up, Lord, Salakia. Then get back down. Isn't that UPK 101? You have a question? Salakia, I can't remember, brother. Let me find out and I'll come back to you. And then you take the same thing and go on again. And that's how the UPK is the same today, yesterday, and will be the same forever. It's 1969, unchanged, not new, not some new doctrine, not the doctrine evolve, not some new bullshit that they get from somewhere else, not a man above them, because they think they have a personal relationship with God. That's not how this shit works. Go ahead, Al.
The water too for the breakdown.
No, sir.
I might have to get answered next class, but along those same lines with these scriptures, right? You said like this one's one more sort of cut. And a more so fishing term, like say, these Jake out there, they they feel like, you know, the Lord talked to them. They had some sort of personal experience. I'm trying to break it down, like how they, you know, how they be like, where they kind of feel like this personal relationship with God. Because I didn't have this conversation with many. There's no specific one person. I've had this conversation in a matter of years with many different people, and they feel like they had this personal experience with God. You know, in the essence, is there a precept that pretty much fumbles that up, because some of these things is, let's just say, you know, genuine ain't got nothing to do with money, or something has something to do with, you know, they felt like their life was saved, or they felt like they was guided in some spiritual way for water, you know what I mean, or, you know, in the essence to what they physically, I'm talking about like they will cry over it, or, you know, get real emotional over it because you telling them ain't no personal relationship with God, and they, you know, start to go back and forth with you about how some experience in their life to where they feel like God was there for them in the essence. And, you know, that whole thing that, like, in the essence of fishing somebody, like if somebody, you know, you don't want to blaze on your family members or something like that.
That's the problem, man. That's the problem right there. You see, you try to make it like them, they're the problem. You the problem. Sometimes you might need to blaze on them. Yeah, you stop right there. Barack look at me like,
I'm all cool with that. That'd be step one for me. Mm-hmm. But just in the essence of where, you know, this is something where somebody really trying to get an answer from you.
Okay, so what did the experience that they went through, what did the Lord tell them to do then? Give me Isaiah 30 and 20. You want to ask them what the Lord told them to do. Because the Lord gonna have to, if there's experience, right? Christ appeared to Paul on the road to Damascus, right? And he told Paul what to do, right? He said, you ain't no longer because Saul no more, you're gonna be Paul, and you're gonna have to go here, go to Peter, and start doing XYZ, right? So what did this experience they have? What did the Lord tell them to do? Did the Lord just tell them to cry? That's what I need to know. Did the Lord just tell you to cry and hold yourself and hug yourself and shake uncontrollably?
And Slug, if I may, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know where to go, you know, on that route. If when you ask them, you know, take that situation you just said, the Lord tell you to cry somebody that they respond to you, you know, saying, I say how the Lord.
Well, that might be a little antagonistic. I wouldn't say that to them, but I would ask them, what did the Lord tell them to do during this intervention, during this period where he appeared to them and it was so profound and life-changing? If it changed your life, the Lord must have told you what to do now that you wasn't doing before. So what did he tell you to do? What's the change? And then they'll fumble and say some dumb shit, and then you have it?
Okay. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20.
Chapter 13, verse 20 or 30?
I think it's 30, right?
It's 30.
I think 30 is one.
And though the Lord give you the bread of
the not that one. Hold on, I might have given you the wrong one. That's good too.
Okay.
But give me 8 and 20. Isaiah 8 and 20. Salakia.
Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
Whatever they tell you, brother, it has to line up with the Bible.
Right.
It has to. And if they're saying something about this intervention, about, you know, the Lord appearing to them and whatever, that's not in the Bible, it's because the Lord didn't appear to them.
Right.
Right? You know, Satan is also the angel of light. Right. He's also Lucifer, the morning star. Maybe the bright thing they saw in their dreams that made them cry was Satan. And that's that. Right? That's that.
So if I could, there's a quick question from Kanaya Howder. Says, Salaki, sir, if I may, before we get out of here, is liver lawful to eat?
Liver? What kind of liver? Y'all think y'all gonna trick me? Y'all think I'm slow? There's so many types of liver. There's pigs got liver in them. Pigs got liver. Aardvarks got liver. Elephants got liver. Elephant liver big like this table. It's a lot of meat. What kind of liver is lawful, you're asking me about? That's what I need to know. What kind of liver is lawful? If the animal is lawful, the liver is lawful. You know how Benjamin, we oxtail, we chicken foot. You get the point? We talking about liver. If the animal lawful, just eat the animal. Just eat it. Eat it from the tail, nose to the tail. Eat the whole thing. Eat the whole thing. Fish is lawful, right? I grew up in a house. My father used to eat the fish whole with the eye and the head. You asking me about liver? If the animal lawful, eat it, jerk it, curry it, stew it, barbecue it, whatever you want. Don't be the liver king and eat it wrong. But it's Lord's is lawful. It's lawful. Eat it. All right, quickly, we done right here now. Go ahead.
When I was at that New York cookout, I had some of that go-ahead soup, and I ate something round. And next
I ain't think it was okay. There's goat head soup and there's goat head soup. Goat head soup for America is not goat head soup, Benjamin soup. Right? For America, they're gonna take the goat head out of the soup and give you pieces of goat in the soup and just bone. It's gonna actually have the goat head in there. You get the point? So yeah, I ain't too sure.
It's like this sister had to go ahead.
You sure? You saw a head?
It was bones and all that.
Yeah, but you know, there's bones on the meat that it'll give you in curry goat. So it might have been that.
It made me feel better because I ate something.
He said it make you feel better. The goat head is lawful. It's lawful.
What they put in there, they was like, yeah, eyeballs in there, and I ate something round, and I was like, man, I just
no, there's little spices that's round. I forget what it's called. There's little spices that's round. Say it's peppercorn. It's someone. Okay, I ain't sure about that big. I don't know what you got. I ain't too sure. I can't say, brother. But if it's lawful, just go ahead and get down. All right. You know what I mean? Stew it, curry it, whatever you want. All right. We good to go? We wrapped up on the time, Axelaki. You'll go out again next time. With that, pass the class over to Priest and Officer Barak.
We got the security announcements with the I.S.U.P.K. Start out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under command of Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are to share themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to his brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashura. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. The upcoming holy convocation, we got Purim. That is the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. That'll be Thursday, February 22nd, and Friday, February 23rd of this year, 2024. You can find us in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 through 31. If you would like to join Commander Yahanna, you understand, during Purim, he will be down in North Carolina and South Carolina. You understand, for the dates of February 22nd and the date of February 23rd in I.S.U.P.K. South Carolina and I.S.U.P.K. North Carolina school. If you want to join Commander Yahanna for that, as well, we got the I.S.U.P.K. the Lord's 55th annual Passover that's coming up in April 20th. You understand? Big shout out to Commander Yahanna and the brothers that's working on that down there in North Carolina. Right. Big shout out to them. You understand that we have already heard. Go ahead and put your that'll be in April 20th. That's the Lord's Passover. Make sure you stay in contact with your camp leader.
Pay your Passover fund.
Passover fund. Pay your Passover fund. Everybody that's 17 years old and above. Is there anything else you want to add?
La.
Remind Akim and Agwati to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirt, black pants, black headband, and scarf. And with that, I say Amaja, which means to stand. Sisters, you can stay seated. Men of Israel, we're gonna give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Saw, which means the turn. Sisters, you can stand. Men of Israel, we're gonna give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Yahweh class dismissed.
Hey, Bakwash.